Hey guys, we're back again. More Factory Town. There's an update today. Seems to have improved some things on the whole interacting front. You can apparently now move buildings with the move tool. And also, now building on top of buildings should be easier because one of the things says, can't see it right here, but buildings will not hit the hitboxes of other buildings when being placed or moved. That's pretty neat. Make life a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm back in the game. I forget what I was doing. I know that I upgraded my... I now have access to magical conveyors. I guess the next front would be to make magical rails? Question mark? Answer is probably. Guess I'll go look into doing that. Which means I need to go to my fire shrine, which is over this way. So, this thing isn't running. Why isn't it running? It's completely and utterly full. So, I'll probably have to refactor this system because coal is probably not going to cut it. But let me upgrade it first and we'll go from there. Okay. First, I'm gonna have a hard time upgrading this line. Okay, there. Nope. What happened? I guess I should just delete the trees. It'll make things a lot. Oh gosh. Why is it still working even? That was bizarre. Okay. So, what are these even? That literally does nothing. Hello, Marmee. How are you? Okay. I think I should probably just rebuild the whole system because I doubt that this will be able to support my needs based on how large the other system was. Granted, I think I probably... I might need all of these, honestly. Well, probably not. I'm doing good. I'm confused. But that's pretty standard. Okay. So it's pulling a ton from those barns. Like, why? Why is it not pulling from this barn? And I guess it is. It's just... Okay. Guess I can stop and think about this. I'll probably want to upgrade my fire shrine to the same level as my air shrine. You know what? It helps if you go in the correct direction. Okay, fire temple. Upgraded a few times. Don't remember if I ever got the 600. Or the 1000 bonus, probably not. But, so let's see. At this rate, looking to get it down to, it's a 10-second base plus an additional 200%. At 1500. I guess this makes 2 every 10 seconds, and that's where the whole thought process of needing to design this differently came in. Because It takes 2 of these to produce 1 operation's worth. I guess I'll do, yeah. Broke my input line anyway. Alright, let me rework everything. I can probably get away with leaving the game unpaused while doing this and still not having to worry about my Mana Stone or my Omni Stone generation. Oops, I deleted the wrong line. Not, what I'll do is I'll just pull from the barn for now. Okay. First things first. This is gonna fill up, yeah. I'm gonna trash this whole setup. Coal's not gonna cut it, so I'll delete the coal line. Wonder if I just could fill my base inventory with coal by just deleting it as it shoots out of the mine. Gosh, there's way more than I have any real reason to hold on to. Okay. These have been depleted, and I don't appreciate that. So I'm gonna give the new life because I can. Here you go, Cole. There you go. Alright. So, need to consider how I want this working as well. Because this produces 1 firestone every 6 seconds. So I'll need like 3 mines? How many I had running on the other one? And I thought I only had 2. I guess I did have 3. Okay. Well. These are all depleted. I need to redesign this as well. I mean, I could go hard and boost it like I did with the other one with Earth Energy, I suppose. It's probably a good idea. And I'll go with 3 forges in this setup. They'll probably end up selling the magic rails. Mana crystals. Alright, delete all of this. The best of my ability, at least. Come on. Alright. Beautiful. Alright. So we've got the 3 forges here. Need to hook them all up. Okay, and add some grabbers. This to be mana shards. And I guess place some more mana shards. Let me clear trees. I know that these can reach 5 blocks. Let's make this one look a little more natural than the other. It's 5, so that's the max range there. Nice little circle. Fill with mana shards. And I'll build my Earth Shrine setup before I start building the rest of this so it actually gets a chance to kind of work on it. Otherwise otherwise what's the point? They're not getting charged. Ain't gonna do no boosting. That being said, I'm gonna need a pretty extensive system for this setup because this will be running constantly if I'm working on selling it. In fact, I need to consider how many of these magic rails I need to produce altogether. This storage setup might not even end up being sufficient. Jeez. Chewing through these crystals real fast. I feel like I might have to move the storage out of the way because of this. So instead of just building them at a consistent rate, I need to look at my base and do some math. So these are considered an advanced gadget. That's not what I need. Economy tab. And they are worth 100%. Everything is worth 100%, even mana. Did not realize that. Well, they'll still do the magic rails. They're worth more. But the mana pipes are really easy to build. I guess maybe I won't worry about it then. I'll just use this for my own personal needs, and I'll build a mana pipeline. I don't really need the purple coins. And it'll still be following my rules of meeting 100%. But it's like, I guess I have to consider from a logistics standpoint if it's even possible to produce magic rails at a high enough rate to meet demand. So if I look at a house, we can see how long it takes for them to consume specialty, and it appears to take 20 seconds. So if it takes 20 seconds for every type of item, then houses, and I guess we'll kind of have to watch to see. I'm assuming it will, because they're all worth 100%. That means a house will only consume one whatever item it is, so in this case one magic rail tile, for instance, in 80 seconds, because it'll produce one, or it'll consume one, it'll cycle through everything else before it eats the next one. Oh, okay, it actually only takes 16 seconds for the rail, I'm assuming, or the pipe. I'm assuming if I do a rail tile, that will not be the case. Can bank on it being 80. I guess it'd be safer to go down to 76 seconds. But then, that means I need to produce 100 items in 76 seconds. So I need to produce one item every 1.31 seconds. If I design a system to reach that efficiency point at 1600 happiness, can I get the temple to produce enough crystals for one? So 10 seconds. So at 1600 happiness, this would be I guess not 1600 happiness, sorry, I want to base it around 1600%, so that would only be 1500 happiness, but I have a 200% boost, so at that point it'll be running at 18 times its initial speed, so if I do 10 divided by 18, that I can wildly overshoot that amount, which is good. So, in other words, yes, I can meet my demands using a fire temple to make magic rails and sell them to my town. Kind of wasteful. I mean, the mana pipes are worth, they're worth a lot less, but they're a lot easier to make. But at this point, it's like, maybe I just go for the challenge. Mana pipes are too easy. I've got a setup that's making them, not necessarily efficiently, but it is making them. But, it's like, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. It'd be a more genuine, interesting construction project. and it will produce more purple coins that you don't actually spend on much. Okay, let me see. I need to go back and finish placing all these crystals. Alright, now I need a pretty extensive earth shrine setup going on above it. And that's where things are going to get rocky. Be pretty high up in the air, but I also have to take into consideration that I'm going to need to build a network of fire shrines, so honestly I should build the fire shrines first. Not build this with enough space to do that well. Guess I'll have to put the fire shrine at one end, and then I could put them on either ends. I guess that would work. 2 shrines. So, 2 fire shrines coming up. It'd probably be a little bit overkill, but I'd rather it be overkill than not meet demand. So each of these will force themselves into the first one. Let me build a recharger system. Let me also look at the recharge system I had going on over here, because I know that this needed that as well. So if I look at my mana pipe network, what size is this? This is only 5 large and probably not meeting demand. It is meeting. No, it is not meeting demand. It is wildly not meeting demand. Okay, so I'll need a larger recharger infrastructure than that. Probably 10 would be fine. Yeah. Okay, so I want to build that first, and I want to build it out of the way of where all these mana shards are going to need their stuff going on. So honestly, it could be a good idea to just build it directly above the Magic Forge. It could work. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now that we're not colliding with buildings, I can easily build above the forge, even though it's got this weird little spike coming out the top, and life is good. So build the receiver right here, I guess. And we'll split either side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I guess it'll only end up being 8. And then the transmitter in the center. 8 should beat the demand, though, I would think. This 5 was pretty close. Okay. Buildings. And a receiver. I could build it in the middle. Build it in the middle. No, that's not going to work. Is there a way that I can stick one more? Probably not. And the transmitter. Okay. Conveyor's going out, conveyor's going in. And rechargers. I do have to get this setup working relatively quickly, or else I'm going to stop producing Omni Stones, because it's chewing through my infrastructure. But I need those Omni Stones. In fact, it's like, do I break down and build that second layer of barns? Probably. Can't stop the Omni Stone train. 1, 2, and then 3. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Alright, so this is just gonna daisy chain its way around. And sure, why not copy the setup here. above that barn. Go one block higher. Okay. Looks so ridiculous. Okay. Alright, more barns. I didn't actually... Oh wait, no, that's... Never mind. Forget I said anything. Okay. I'm welding a grabber on that one. Hooray. Alright, so now storage has been increased to just under 2,000. I guess I will build another barn above this barn because I'll probably need to be at 2,000 in order to hit certain upgrades. And obviously I'm getting to a point where I'm getting drastic diminishing returns. But I could also like use smaller amounts of Omni Stones to build more efficient recharger stations, because you'll get more bang for your buck on your first few upgrades, and rechargers don't scale with any other production boosts. Do transmitters? They do not, but I guess it's a non-issue. What's happening? Why is this transmitter clogged? Did I forget to delete something? Yes. I did. I've completely broken the system by overfilling it. Which seems to be a common problem. Why is it not splitting correctly? It's like it's hit. Yeah, what's its problem? What's going on? Should be all good now. Still too many. What is its deal? Why is it not splitting? It's like it's decided it wants to go that direction, so it's like I have to go this direction and I can't move until I've gone that direction. But the output doesn't have anywhere to go because the lines are all full. The base is just gonna be filled with earth crystals. Oh, wait, is that still? Yeah, of course it is. Alright. That's not what I wanted. Draw all these off the line. Hold my mouse down here until that's empty. Okay. Always needs to be space for the depleted crystals. Looks like this one's almost there. Okay. I think another solution to this problem would have just been making larger output pipes, but it's whatever. It's my official stance, what? I'm pretty sure my storage is full anyway. Yeah. Okay. So this line's gonna back up, which is a good thing in the sense that it'll give these a chance to be recharged ever so slowly. Wonder if it'll completely recharge it to the point of like full capacity, which I think is really massive if I'm not mistaken. Still gonna be consuming a few of them because they're still being used to create Omni Stones, but yeah, I don't know. those regards, I can see that I need to build very large. Okay. So transmitter, split these 2 points. These 2 points can't feed. Here, I'll give them a little bit of extra wiggle room since I just saw the that mattering. This system cannot hold a grand deal of firestones, unfortunately. I appear to be out of firestones, as my line is not pushing any through it. Okay. Kinda need some, though. Wonder if they're still close enough that I can borrow them. Yep. Alright, so you guys coming... oh, not that many. You guys are coming this way. Okay. So I'll get this system back online, and obviously once I get it running again, what do I do? What's the pro? Oh yeah, shit. Okay, so let me output some crystals and then fix this because I did not design this correctly. Oh, here come the empty ones though. I guess here, if I push it at twice the speed, okay, it's empty, so I can quickly delete it. I need to move it 1 block back and then use the splitter. Which honestly then it wouldn't let me use another recharger. I could, but then I don't want to bottleneck the ones going into the system. Building this man receiver, output directly there. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that. Okay. System's like slow right now, so it's hard to know. I will probably need to throw more crystals on it. Somehow managed to select something that is on the mana pipe layer, so it's just floating in space. Cool. Okay. That's not getting enough power. Yeah. All right. Whatever. This is at least generating output though, which is the important part. So the next part of this is to move the crystals. Each probably just feed with a single magic conveyor. I'll feed to the bottom of the shrine. Delete some iron that's in the way. Okay. We'll get all this going. There's a tree in the way. GTFO tree. Alright. Oh my gosh, the fire temple has a direction, so it was blocking the input. Alright, and if that doesn't end up working, we can go from there. I need to add 3 mines to this, which is going to be a little excessive. So, how do I best do this? I think I know what I want to do to best do this. So first I'm going to delete this barn. And then I'm going to build 3 mines. Except this one can't reach the firestones, but I will fix that. Which is going to be hard because I just deleted my barn filled with firestones. So first I'm going to build a new barn. And go from there. Alright. So all of it will feed under the railcart track into a barn, and then the minecarts will pick up from the other barns. goes so fast. Okay, this to be Firestone, and set that to be Firestone once I place some. Should be able to reach from there. For good measures, we can throw in a couple extra over here just to make it look nice. Firestone. Alright. Let's expand the railroad and pause it since they're right about to show up. Okay. Throw down more rails. I can upgrade this with magic rails once I get them. And I will have to throw more minecarts on this because this is not going to actually meet my need anywhere close to. So I can honestly probably do the same thing on this. The barns are basically empty. So I can put my distillers back down. I need 4 distillers. Or refineries. They look like a distillery. Like, I'm not that ridiculous. 2, 3, 4. Set them all to be fire. And upgrade the minecart track. Except, what I'm gonna do is put barns here. So I probably should have built the barns first. There we go. Each one gets its own barn. There we go. And 3 sets of conveyors, just in case. Probably would have helped if I actually put mine, or if I put hookups over here, so that my rail carts could actually pick up stuff. Realizing is I'm probably going to get close to hitting the point where I run out of metal wheels because I don't have a system building any, which is an issue. I might as well set it up over here, since I've got plenty of iron. Okay, just 6 blocks. Rail stop. Rail stop. Boom, 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 boom. So the main problem with this system, alright, is that my refineries will not be evenly distributed. So perhaps what I should do is move my barns back even further. Getting to a point where it's a little ridiculous how far back I have to move them, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So I can have splitters split my minecarts. Three, I think. So the first splitter be right here. It would select either continue straight and get a barn over here, or it would turn. I feel like I'm about to design a system that's gonna have a lot of jams, but give it a shot, I guess. Then if it goes past the first splitter, it'll go to here, or it'll have another splitter, and it'll do the same thing. Except that this splitter doesn't have to go as far. last but not least, if it gets to this point, it'll just hit a barn. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Need more. These bad boys. Can be a little difficult to build, but it shouldn't be too hard. Okay. My current system doesn't even travel in this direction, so I should probably turn them around, since this is the direction I will need them to travel in now. Okay, let me place down my grabbers while I still can, and then throw my barns down. Now all of my refineries should receive equal distribution of goods. Honestly, I should just put rails on my hotbar. I don't know why I don't have them on there. So this is going to get my whole train line sort of out of sync, but I think it'll be okay. So first splitter, second splitter, and third splitter. Okay. Yes. Let me get a heck more minecarts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. No, why did it delete the rail too? Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Onwards to victory. This might be more than I need, but it'll be fun to watch. I wonder if there's an easier way to actually get them to go. I guess I've never tried building one while the game's on pause now that I think about it. Maybe they just go when you place them. They do not go when you place them. Whoa, they go really fast. Why is it going so fast? You trying to tell me if I clicked forward more than once I could make these guys actually, like, go at a reasonable speed? What? It looks like it's not consistently going that speed, though. Like, it's slowed down. If I just sit here and keep clicking forward, it'll go faster. Oh my gosh, it will. If you really need to get a minecart somewhere quickly, you just sit here and spam the forward button. Ah, I forgot. These are all considered a train because I put them too close to each other. Oops. So... create a jam up. And then create a jam up. And then create a jam up. Alright, and they should all be either separated or at least in a small enough quantity that I can justify it being that way. Also, it helps if you put on drop-off points. Rail stops. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, now these will actually get input. Great, it's working. That is a lot of fun, I like that. Okay, now I actually need to buckle down and get input going, or mana input. So... first let me route these lines. I guess this one will go up and over because, well, it kinda needs to. Now, these will fill up. Yeah, this is not going to cut it. It's going to take a lot more minecarts than this. But, eventually. There Airdrop me. Okay, yeah, it is relatively equal. I know I missed a shipment on one of these. It should, even though one barn is much fuller than the other. Here, I'll place a bunch of minecarts and I'll place them further apart this time. Just litter the line with minecarts until I run out of wheels, which is going to happen relatively soon. Okay, forward, forward. Can't wait until they implement multi-unit selection boxes, and then I can just select all of the minecarts and then click forward. That'll be really nice. But they're working hard on the game. Updates are pretty regular, and I like to read the changelog. Boot up the game, it opens up, and it's like, new things exist. Be excited. And I'm like, I am. I guess in reality, I just need enough of a system that it depletes all of my barns every time it goes through. I'm almost there. Okay, maybe this will be sufficient. Anyway, I need to build a recharger network, which I might as well build above my trains, because why not? So, let me think. How big does it need to be? Look back at my other system as a good point of reference. Does not need to be that large, it doesn't seem. I only have 10. I guess I should check to make sure these are actually... Oh yeah, these have way more power than they need. I would argue that 10 is sufficient. Okay, good. In fact, 10 is more than sufficient. So, receiver here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure, it'll be 9. I guess it can only really be 8 because it'll hit this barn, and it's not high enough to go over the barn. Oh no! Deleted the wrong thing. Panic. Alright, crisis averted. Well, not really. I mean, there still was a crisis, but it's been solved. Now we'll just see minecarts go in and pop back out, and it'll be lots of fun. And in the meantime, they'll be producing power above it. So, there's a transmitter, boom. We need a receiver. And a receiver. There, now a bunch of rechargers. Okay. We need to be weary of mana brick count, but I'm good. I am going down on the whole blue coin front. That's a problem, like, oh, I don't need to worry about that for a while, but I'm getting to a point where I might need to worry about it. I guess what I can do is I have a line building enchanted books that I can enchant into water spell books, and that'll help with that issue for now, and it will increase my happiness since I don't have spell books as a need being satisfied. It's not going to be a permanent solution. When I go to refactor my lines, I'm going to replace a lot of my lines with blue coin lines because those meet my rule set. But I need the coins now before I run out of them. Because that'll be bad. Okay. Logistic blocks, splitter. No. Oh, pusher. Okay, now build the network and borrow some mana crystals. So, let me stick this right here and borrow some mana crystals. There's still some in the old network. I totally forgot about that. So, let me borrow them. them all in to the receiver, so they'll get stored in the transmitter for now. And the one that needs to be recharged will be recharged. Okay. So, this will be pretty straightforward, just feed it out. And split it accordingly. I guess I'll pause the game so it's not going while I'm working. So I want first splitter here. Second splitter here. Might want a third splitter so I have more space. So I guess I'll iterate 3 times. First splitter. There. Second splitter. There. Third splitter on these 2 layers. Okay. This line's not far enough over. Alright, just build a lightning root system. Okay. Throw the splitters down before I forget. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And feed them all to the receiver. No, why did it delete the pipe? I want to delete the connector. Don't need that. Oh no. Alright, hold up. Let me save and quit to the main menu and see if reloading helps. Use this as an opportunity to get a lovely drink of my Pepsi Zero Max Taste. The game seems to be struggling to return to the main menu, which is moderately disconcerting to the point where it's almost faster to reboot the game. Okay. Again, click continue. Little game. Force it to deinitialize everything instead of just closing, and now it gets to reinitialize everything. I do like that it randomly generates like a little world for you to look at in the main menu. That's kind of cool. Okay. And pipe. Delete the connector. Why can I not delete the connector? I don't like that. Part of the change, part of the update was they did mess with the way that... Okay, yeah. So because there was a building underneath, it wouldn't let me. That's a little disconcerting. I think that was probably an unintended impact of their update, but yeah. So now when you place, I should specify more what the update was. When you place buildings, they will automatically connect to mana pipe and steam pipe networks that exist if it's applicable. So obviously if I place a building that can't receive power, it's not going to hook up to my mana pipes. But as you can see here, that led to some issues, and also I've just done it again where I don't want it to connect everywhere. But now the only way to do it is to... Oh wait, I forgot, because you can move buildings now, I can just move it. Oh man in Shadow's here, it's me, it's that guy. So what are like these floating blue points that are just showing up in the sky now? What's happening? I don't understand. It's like stacked pipes or something is what's happening. That's like literally exactly what's happening. Oh well, I guess. Okay. So everything should be good now, and I'll be getting some mana crystals, and this will be working, and then I'll have fire crystals, and everyone will be happy. Okay, I want to make sure I don't flood the network, so that's probably good. And now we are actually getting fire crystals, which is good. Am I really using them all? Like, these are all full. Do I build a second transmitter? That seems like kind of bumping into each other, but and it looks like it's gonna sort itself out. I mean, as long as they have power. Right now they have no internal energy bank, so that's part of it. I guess I do need some more crystals. I mean, they are full. I might as well just push them straight through the transmitter. Alright, that should be enough. There's no reason that shouldn't be enough crystals. Okay. Slowly follow the line and delete it as it sucks crystals into the system. No, 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 no. That's an issue. Okay. Things should be better now. Yeah, I can imagine it's probably a little more relaxing. I haven't watched people play Sekiro, but is it kind of like Dark Souls? It looks kind of like Dark Souls, but like with a ninja vibe rather than a medieval knight vibe. Why am I struggling so much with power on these, but I wasn't on this end? It's like, I guess I hit a critical mass, or part of it probably was I am still meeting demand even though I am using the crystals. Weird. I guess I can do what I was talking about earlier and use Omni Stones to boost these rechargers. I mean, that's the whole point of making Omni Stones, you might as well use them. And it's the only thing I'm going to spend these purple coins on. Oh no, I used up all my Omni Stones. I can't get the 80 upgrade on this one. Okay, I'm definitely going to need to restructure my transmitter setup. I can build an extra transmitter right here in this middle. It's from the makers of Dark Souls, but not Dark Souls. Okay, I guess that would make sense why it looks like Dark Souls. Okay. That's not quite in the middle, but it makes sense for it not to be, because these first three are going to receive a lot more crystals being pushed through them than the other ones will. I don't even think this one will need to be upgraded. Okay, so this solves this problem, which is good because I need consistent power on this system, because this system is going to be running consistently. Also, I need to fix this line. There we go. Now I'll actually be making Omni Stones again. Is there any other part of this system that needs to be fixed or optimized or improved? Can upgrade the reactor with its own input, but it's not really going to do me a lot of good. But I can do it because now I can't even see how fast it's going because there's so much stuff over it. Okay. Before I get on to... Why aren't these doing their job? Not enough fuel. Means my lava guys aren't doing their job. So they don't have enough power either. The system is too small, doesn't have enough in it. Need to upgrade it. Oh, no, it's that it's not being utilized because I forgot to put down pushers. That'll do it. Maybe now we'll actually see some more output that I'm using the whole system. And now that I have more fire crystals, I can actually add more fire crystals to it. On guard. Like I could build a pusher, or I could be real bad and just delete the line. It's not splitting. Probably because I didn't tell it to split. Man, what was I doing when I set this up? Okay. Now we should see some improvement. As more crystals enter the system, see better on that front. Let me actually go around the transmitter so I can artificially fill up the other side. But I guess it won't really matter. Okay. Now I've jammed up the system completely by putting too many crystals in it. No. Alright, we've got fuel going. So now we have consistent crystal output. I still am not meeting power demands on this front. I just simply cannot output crystals fast enough from one receiver, so I guess I'll need to throw a receiver on the other end. Which will incentivize me to actually put this transmitter in the middle. What's the move tool? Probably M. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do now is split this line in half so I actually can utilize all of it. And I'll need to throw down another receiver on this back side. And a pipe. Okay, so why are there full crystals going directly through the system? There is a mana connector there. Are you not aware of this? Okay. I don't understand. Okay. So all of these ones, instead of feeding this way, should feed this way. I'll need to change the direction on that. But we should see proper utilization of the system now, which will result in higher throughput and a higher potential capacity for the system as well, so I might want to consider throwing more crystals in. It helps if you reintroduce them to the system. Honestly, I should just have it on 2 separate loops. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna delete this, I guess. Okay. Should see improvement now. We are meeting our power demands now, which is the whole point. Okay. And as a result, we are also meeting the needs of the... what's it? The shrine is building at maximum capacity. I can fill my storage back up. Okay, so now let's go deal with the blue coin situation. Go back over to my school. Okay, so this... I already know. Bye, Marmy. See you around. I already know that this system needs some work. First things first, I can just upgrade all of the lines to be magic conveyors. And hopefully that will be enough of an impact. But I also know it needs a much more... I did not understand how this worked, so it needs a much larger power system than it currently has. A much more optimized one as well. So let me go and have a look at the network as it currently exists. It is full. That being said, full doesn't mean very many things, so I'm just gonna delete everything. It will be a non-issue. Guess I'll move these because I need to delete what they've got going on. It's gonna be hard to get used to remembering that I can delete or move buildings instead of having to trash everything. He says as he literally deletes things because that's the kind of person I am. And I'm still honestly probably gonna do that with this stuff. Alright. These back. And build a lot of rechargers. Because I know it's gonna need them. So, I think the best course of action would be... Oh, I can move this barn too. That's beautiful. Okay. I don't know what my actual book throughput is. My book throughput is very high. Everything has a very high potential throughput, but in reality, I probably will not be able to achieve that. Let me place multiple mana reactors, or receivers, and I'll have them pull from multiple directions. So I can do 5 receivers. I don't have space for a transceiver, so I need to go transmitter right here. Honestly, how much can a single one handle? Probably not worth stressing it to a point where I figure out that answer. Let's build more. So let's see, 2, okay. Now, if I build a very large network and flatten some ground, train, flatten down, so 5 this way, 5 this way, 5 this way, 5 this way, and build the receivers. I keep forgetting about this though. If I build it, okay, if I do it that way, I can't fit as many receivers or rechargers. A whole bunch of splitters. Buildings. Recharger. I am liking the whole Omni Boost to improve recharger setup. Probably a better alternative to what I'm doing right now, which is just building and using up all of my mana bricks by building a bunch of rechargers. I'll actually delete these ones so that I can put transmitters down in the central points. So I have 4 inputs, so I can separate it into 4 different lines, but they all feed into the same. This might actually be trickier than I thought. I might not have thought this through as well as I should have. Out of bricks. Gotta wait until I make some more. It's going as fast as it can. Alright. Getting close. I mean, I guess I might as well lay the pipe network. I know what I'm looking for. But also, in the time that I spent talking, I stalled long enough that I can build this, so there we go. So, got my receivers. I have to worry about those a lot. How I set up my system. So I probably have 2 that go to this one, and then they'll feed down to the other receiver. That's not what I want. So, one line. Really isn't enough open space on this building to like have a bunch of connection points, is there? Always increase the number of workers on the Maniforge to be a little bit faster. Yeah, at this point though, each worker is only worth 25%, and it ends up only being like 1% of the actual overall productivity because it's not multiplicative. Let's see. Do need more points than that. Guess I'll just feed these together and then have it be 3 points. Do something similar with this one. Alright, so there's 3. Let me put my enchanter back. Throw down these connection points and loop around to one of the receivers. Okay, same thing here. Now I just have to actually put mana crystals into the system. So, how do I want to do that? I know how I want to do that. The easy way, by just using 2 grabbers and pulling from the barn, so it should automatically distribute it for me. Oh, what's the deal? I don't know why it does this. Put it back, will it output? No. It's like that, now I have to delete it. Oh my gosh, I bet I know what it is. But it's the direction that it's facing, even though that shouldn't matter because it doesn't output. Okay, totally forgot that the system is going to be full because I'm not actually using the power right now. But that should be okay. As far as this is concerned, I'll move this barn back. Get it out of there. And now I have to actually do something with these enchanted books and get them to my town, which might be a taller ask. Just for now, let me clear this out and I'll manufacture the books over here. So, I know I need an enchanter. I think it's just an enchanted book and energy, isn't it? Yeah, in 6 seconds. Cure spellbook. So when I did the math earlier, I need to produce... Yeah, I only need 1 enchanter. As long as it's getting enough power, 1 enchanter should actually be enough to meet my demand for my entire town. The hard part is just going to be providing it with that much energy. Okay, so need water crystals and I need a big recharge. Like, I basically need a recharge network that's this size, but for 1 enchanter. Guess I can just duplicate what I did here then. So I don't really... Problem is with that is that well, you know what? Maybe I could build a smaller setup, but then upgrade them with Omni Stones. That might make life easier. I guess I'll start small and upscale since I kind of have to wait for my things to recharge or my stockpile to go back up anyway. Do that. Do 5 long. chargers on both ends. And I'm out of juice again. Their ground is not flat. Okay, splitters. And found the splitters. What else do I need? Oh, I need more than one. That's what it was. Okay. So this will be where the mana pipe, or where the things go, so I can just kind of preemptively build and then hook it in like a supercharged engine and then just throw all the pipes on it. Now I have enough to build one transmitter, so I will. And eventually I'll have enough to build the second transmitter. Not flowing, it's like it doesn't realize that the setup is correct. Okay, there we go. Guess it just doesn't update, and that's the problem. So this is the main problem with this is it's a very small system, so I have to be wary of that. But I should upgrade these while I'm thinking about it. Okay. So these are almost twice as effective as they would otherwise be. What's the school telling me? Telling me to select a recipe, but I can't select a recipe. What do you want from me, school? Okay. That's that. And I can build my other transmitter, hook it up to the network, and let's go get some water crystals. Where is the easiest point of access on water crystals? There isn't one. Surprise, surprise. In fact, there's like, I've literally boxed it off completely, so I guess I'll use my little contraption that I had made earlier for moving earth crystals, except this time it'll be water crystals. Okay, flow all the way around past this. Into the network. Logistics block, splitter, throw that there, so it'll be relatively equal. At this point, honestly, I could probably already cut the line. I probably have more than I can use at this point anyway. And we'll have a watch and see what it does. See if we start producing. Oh my gosh, it just inhales power. Holy shit. It's hilarious. I love that. It's just so good. Okay, now let's actually get these into a barn and get them to my town, however the hell that's going to work. It flickers so quickly. I guess I realize it's flickering because it's of the way that it's chewing through power, but it's just funny to look at, and that's like, I mean, I guess it's not maximum output. And it's because this isn't outputting into the network. Fucking why? God damn it. Why don't these work? I don't understand. There's no reason for this. It should just work. What's your problem? Come on, man. I guess, can I output into a silo and then re-input into the silo? Like, I realize it's not supposed to be an output building, so it might not let me grab from it. No. Fucking of course not. Oh, now it's working. Not firing on all cylinders, but now we should be. Okay, once that backlog gets sorted out, it'll be a little more balanced. Except not really, so I'm gonna artificially throw a couple to the other side. There you go. Now it's a bit more balanced. Still not receiving enough power, which leads me to believe that it is literally impossible to do this. I'm trying to think. The maximum number of crystals you could have going through a system is 7, I think, and I've got... No, it's because they're not actually feeding out of the system fast enough. Oh, the other aspect that I didn't consider. Oh, I'm getting them in fast enough. Why isn't it not working? I don't get it. Okay. I guess I'll just build another receiver over here. And then build another system over here. This one could be smaller though, because it's the backup one. I'll get this eventually. I don't even need to produce spellbooks this fast. I don't know why I care. Alright. Probably afford to throw a few extra crystals in here now. Okay. So they'll make their way over there. They'll split into the system. Guess I'll go around the transmitter because I don't want to do anything that could potentially jeopardize its functionality. It's used all of its power. Or it's full now. Which is just gonna make things even more complicated. Okay, so now I need one really long magical conveyor belt that gets all the way to my town. And that's where the fun begins. So, how do I want to do this? I guess that would be the benefit of building this closer to my town, but I'll consider that later. What I could do is build another specialty goods store higher up, which will make it a little easier to access. Okay. Now I can probably just go above everything without having to worry about it. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I need to be in line with like this. I think this conveyor is directly in line with where I need to be. Come on. No, I ran into something. Alright, I guess we gotta go up and over. Beautiful. Game is like not... Oh, the well has a higher hitbox, of course. How could I be so foolish? The well has the highest hitbox of any building in the game. It's a well. There, give it some support. Can't be floating, that'd be ridiculous. Alright. Now... Come on. Just gotta get it started. So just... all the way to home. Maybe not. I think think my frame rate is too low while looking at my town to do anything like that. Go. I guess I'll start. I guess I should build my upward slope from here because that's gonna have to be real high in the air. Oops. You know, I could use like a silo or something, but I'm just gonna build a giant ass ramp into the sky because why the fuck not? This is what you call quality logistics design. It's aesthetically pleasing, it makes sense, and it works. And one of those, at least, is definitely true, and you should believe it. Okay, I think that's level. Oh. There you go. Okay. Built the longest L in my entire city. And soon we will have spellbooks. And as a result, have hopefully enough blue coins to not be out of money. How much do those sell for? 8. That's not amazing. But that's better than nothing. It's a temporary solution to a temporary problem. Look at him go so fast, so majestic. Straight into this building. Oh my good lord, what is your problem? The fuck? Oh. You sell them at an apothecary. I'm sorry. Who thought that the magical spellbooks would be sold at the magical specialty goods store? Whatever. I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess, because they're like protection spellbooks, I guess, but like, you sell enchanted books at the specialty goods store. Which means I could have completely misvalued the, my required production rate. Could start to see some happiness boosts as a result of this. How long does it take for them to eat a spellbook? Because this fills my medicinal category, which is not completely full. And it's going to be hard to balance the medicinal one because everything seems to have a different consumption rate. Eat a damn book. I need to see how long it takes you to eat a damn book. It's a cure spellbook. Sorry, not a protection spellbook. Okay, it takes 15 seconds. Obviously, I'm not meeting demand right now, but that's beside the point. Partly because the initial influx is going to require everyone to have received one to begin with, but also this is not an inundated. It doesn't have to. My houses don't have to split their consumption amongst other things. Am I still losing? Is this not like enough blue coins? I saw that number tick down and I haven't seen it tick back up. Oh, okay. It is going up very, very slowly. We're like basically at equilibrium right now. What's wrong with my crowns? Why do my crowns suck so much? I don't have enough iron. Why don't they have enough iron? What's the problem? This doesn't have enough fuel. That's the problem. Don't these have enough fuel? This whole setup sucks. It's so bad. Gonna have to get trashed and replaced with something better later. Okay. I think. May I go back and look at stuff and figure out where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. So this is working as intended. Making me some crystals. Got a bunch. Okay. This is working. It's backed up. That's fine, because it's to meet my own needs. There's fish in the ocean. Big surprise. How's this doing? Are these starting to actually, like, reach a reasonable level? Some of them are. Some of them are starting to get up there. Not all of them, but some of them. Oh yeah, that was what I needed to do. I needed to build a better... Oh, they're still going... Oh, they are still going down. Damn it. What's something that I can either build quickly or scale up that doesn't consume blue coins in its production process? I mean, this should be, like, making more things than it is. What's the problem? Problem is that, this still has a cloth conveyor belt. Excuse me? A cloth conveyor belt? That's unforgivable. I deserve for this to not work. There's another cloth conveyor belt down there that I gotta try and reach. Oh, I don't know which direction it's supposed to point. Okay, this direction. Okay. Everything needs to be upgraded. It's inexcusable. None of this could have been done. None of these changes could have been done before the update that came out today. Cloth into shirt and then robe. Yeah, I need to do that. Oh wait, I am doing that. I got shirts or robes. They sell for purple coin though. Or do you mean the what is it? Not the general store. I don't care about apple pies. Get off my screen. Do you mean like the warm coats? Cause I gotta make those eventually, but I'm gonna tear down lines to do it. Yeah, the warm coat. How do you make this? Workshop. Oh yeah, it does just take a shirt and then other stuff. Okay. I guess let me think, because there are 2 more categories that I'm not meeting demand in, or don't have anything going into, except I'm pretty sure they're ones that only produce purple coins. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Economy. I do need to build another... I need to build more, like, oh, I don't have potions. Antidote doesn't fulfill my criteria of only building top tier items. Elixirs are completely useless because I don't need the purple coins, but they fit my rule set. I guess I'll build an antidote anyway. How do I make an antidote? I make it at a kitchen. I just read it. I do make it at a kitchen. It takes 2 remedies, 1 fish oil, and a sugar. I need a sugar. I don't have any sugars. And I gotta find some sugar cane. I know it exists, I just don't have any. I don't know why I put this arbitrary rule set onto myself of my endgame requiring top tier. Only the best items, but seems like a lot of things produce purple coins and you don't use purple coins for a whole lot. I throw it on a barn, or a farm rather, get some sugar, and feed it into a barn. Have the triple sugar barn for all of my sugar-related planting needs. Except this barn is not on stone. Can't put a building in the water if it's not on stone. Are you crazy? It'll sink. Stone floats, wood doesn't. Alright, so that'll get that going so I can place that down. I need a location with fish, and it doesn't need to be good. It just needs to exist for the time being, because I'll worry about making one good later. Right now, there's some fish right here. I guess I'll work with them. So, I would like to avoid overfishing. So. No, wood doesn't float. Wood's density is greater than that of water, so it sinks. And stone's density is lighter than water. Need silos. Okay, so I need some boat workers. Each one of you gets to have your own silo. Each one of you gets to have your own fishing plot. Hooray! Except some of them are gonna crash into each other. Whatever. They'll do their thing. Eventually I need to build a large fishing setup anyway. I'm gonna ignore this for a moment because I completely forgot that I still need to make metal wheels. So I need to go and do that. And build them somewhere where they're out of my way. Just bite the bullet and use coal. I can go build it on my middle of the ocean bullshit area. That sounds like fun. Okay. Location where all stupid things get to happen. Okay. It's like it was just literally one block lower, and that's how I Oh, don't delete all my land that I just went through the effort of placing. That defeats the purpose. Yep. Now I gotta build skyscraper here and then run out of money halfway through or something. Oh wait, that's the one in North Korea, isn't it? Dubai was trying to build like an island and they ran out of money, so it's just starting to sink. Isn't that a thing? Okay, I don't need it to be efficient, I just need it to make things. So, get one mine. And feed it the two elements, coal and iron. Right, where's my selection box? Excuse me? Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Alright. So, I've done this in a way that is less than ideal, but it won't matter. As long as I don't use the actual front port, I can dictate what goes out of what. That way I don't have to worry about them getting messed up. Filter this one to coal, filter the top one to iron. I had to decide which I wanted on top, and I think iron will be the better choice because it'll have to push more through so you'll actually get to see it moving, whereas the coal won't get used as much. Alright, feed it into a forge. Tell it to make iron plates. Now we're just gonna go out into the ocean because we can. I need a machine shop. And this will make iron wheels, hooray! And then it will feed out of both sides into barns. Multiple levels of barns that it's just unnecessarily designed in the way that I'm going to do it. No. Okay. Barn. Barn. Grabbers. Okay, and then you go up. Need to like hook it onto the front of the building so I can get enough height. And why do it this way? Because I can. Alright. Beautiful. Now I can actually produce minecarts consistently. This, hilariously enough, is not going to have enough input. Because it can't pull the coal out fast enough. There's too much coal, or iron, both, honestly. Oh, hey, it helps if you actually use the output. Alright, that'll get there eventually. Now let's go back to my fish bros. Where are they? There are my fish bros. Their silos are full. They're ready for their next task. You know what, let's be even more ridiculous. Just build an unnecessary minecart loop to transfer from one silo to the other. Again, because we can. One minecart, two minecart. And logistics blocks. Okay. Nope, not that kind. Now I have to actually do something with these fish. So, antidote requires fish oil. I remember that part. I guess I'll build 3 kitchens to process it as quickly as possible. Buildings. I don't actually need to do that many, probably, but well, no, because it only uses 1, doesn't it? I guess the kitchen will tell me. Antidote. It's the remedies that I'm gonna need. It takes 10 seconds to produce 1. I guess I might as well. So 1 fish oil takes 6 seconds. Seconds at this point, because it's gonna be heavily scaled up, but yeah, so 1 is already gonna wildly outpace anything, and it's just for temporary coins anyway. Fish oil. Okay. Yep, that's doing its thing. need a bunch of herbs. And I guess that's the part I didn't consider, is I did not design this in a farm-friendly fashion. The triple F. Let's flatten a whole bunch of terrain. I can fill it with herbs. And delete all of the resources that are in it. Okay, so remedy. How do you make remedy? I know it's herbs. Is it just herbs and water? It is just herbs and water. And fuel. Fuck. The fuel part is what's gonna kill this. Okay, delete all this crap. Okay, so I need 2 of them in 6 seconds, 2 of them in 10 seconds. So I do need 3 kitchens making them. I want them down by the water because then I won't have to borrow as much, I won't have to provide them with water. The obnoxious part is going to be providing them with fuel. I mean, I can probably use lava for it, and that requires setup. I think I can have one barn or one farm for each. Let's see, farm. One, two, 3. That still gives them plenty of space to work with. Delete some iron. That terrain isn't flat, but I'm not going to fix it because I don't feel like it. Okay. Alright. Put all this down. Place all the herbs. Should be able to do this without running out of inventory. Maybe not. It should be fine. I'm like, oh, it'll be close. Nah, it's not gonna be close. Okay. Herbs. And each one will output into its own kitchen. Okay. Is that 3 high? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. There's 1. This will be 2. Also needs to go up. Oh, I've done it now. I wasn't far enough over before I started to go up. Alright. Put that down. herb lines. So that'll produce my remedies once I provide them with fuel. How do I want to provide them with fuel? Honestly, I'll just use coal. I have way more than enough red coins, I can afford to be lazy. And I guess I'll feed it on the top since that's where I'll be building my mine. It's gonna be a little tough to actually get this to work. You get coal. Okay. This one doesn't even actually need it, so that's kind of like pointless, but whatever. So I'll get there in the end. Well, no, I should do it differently so I can actually make sure it's split properly. Right now it's not designed to split between all three buildings correctly. Alright, we've got some land to work with. Got something that works. Grabber from the coal. I don't even need it actually, just need a splitter. Okay, so now I have 2 remedies. I have fish oil. What else do I need? I need sugar, don't I? Yes. I have all of these feed into a 3rd kitchen. I guess I'll put it here. How I want to do this so I can get more lines into it, and I think it should be fine there. So 1 there. Actually, I can go straight from the input. 1 there. 1 there. Except it's not facing the right direction. There we go. Here. The last one will be a little annoying because of the shape of the terrain. Wait, no, I can just do it. This. And we're all good. Everything's got its own line. I lied. This has to go up 1 block. And go back down. Alright, now I need sugar. Can I build another apothecary? I can only have 2. And build another one, so if I want to be real lazy and just hook it onto the side of the base, which I do, then I can. Okay, so sugar. I need sugar. Which requires a farm and some land that is not hilly. More or less, but I'm going to disregard that and build it on hilly land anyway. It'll look interesting at least. I mean, that's a plus, right? It might not work very well, but it'll look interesting. Okay, so how far can this go up to that corner? I mean, it's only 1. It should be okay. Is it sugar? Okay. Throw this down to the kitchen and we'll should be good. Alright, now I can build another disgusting conveyor belt from here to the apothecary. I feel like when I go to redesign my town, I should probably build a designated infrastructure that moves goods from an outer area to the shops, so I don't have to hook everything in directly. Okay. And since I'll know what I'm selling, I will only have to design it to handle 16 different types of items. It'll be sorted based on location, so that's easy, like even easier. Well, I probably did that wrong, but at least I'll know when I'm at the right height because I'll hit the ceiling. What a beautiful conveyor belt. Okay, this should hopefully alleviate the blue coin situation, although I'll have to actually wait for it to start doing anything. So, I'll unpause the game, let it get going, and we'll see where we end up. Gotta wait for the, everything to finish growing. That's gonna be the difficult part. These are not designed to speed up their production in any way, shape, or form, because they are not going to exist for very long. I'll tell you what, these fish, they're gonna get fished so hard they don't even know. Alright, so all of the herbs just pop into existence relatively soon. And so will the sugar. It's a little bit further behind, I guess. Trying to think, what all is using blue coins? I guess all of these assembly lines whose job it is to literally just produce Omni Stones. And I still didn't finish that, setting up that earth mine. Okay, well, delete this terrible line of herbs that exists for some reason. Boom, they all explode into herbs. Look at them go. So now we should start meeting this demand. Interesting, a single line is actually not sufficient at this point to pull from the farm. So I'll have to take that into consideration when designing my new lines, that even with magic conveyor belts, it's not enough. You need 2 lines coming out of all of your things. Alright, so we've got fuel. This is full, now we just need to wait for sugar. And there's sugar. And now we've got weird little shark fin bottles flying through the conveyors. They'll start making blue coins and hopefully offset the loss. Okay. Okay, so it'll take a little bit to know for sure. In the meantime, let me go hook up that earth setup. Never finished setting up to get these replenished. Because as you can see, they're not replenished. So I'm probably going to want a lot of earth shrines, but let me look at the existing fire network so I don't mess anything up. So I can kind of do like maybe a line like this. Maybe I probably shouldn't place them yet. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna build a ton of them, but it should make this go substantially faster once I'm actually using them all, which is not right now, but will be a thing eventually. Buildings. Earth Shrine. I'm only gonna do one every other space just so it's actually like reasonable to pipe crystals are in and around them. Okay. I really should have put them on stone. I don't know why I didn't, but at this point I'm not going to fix it. Okay, so this will take an extensive recharger network. Probably one on each side. And I guess I'll delete some stuff. So receiver, one receiver, two receiver, delete the trees. The hill in my way, 8 hills, flatten down. Get out of here. You're not wanted. You're not wanted. Okay. We set up 10 on each side, upgrade them with Omni Stones. Oh geez. I punctured a line. Done it now. Okay. What is this line that is just traveling across the universe? Oh yeah, it's my water. I can probably delete now. Going as fast as it can, pumping out books. And of course the limiting factor is still power. But I'm not sure that I can fix that. The only real solution would be to build more enchanters. And then they can all be running out of power together. Get all these fire crystals out of this system before I hook it up. Okay, mana pipe, go back to deleting crap. I don't know why there's not like a line delete tool. Just like drag a line to delete things. So scared because I can't like scrub back and forth because it misses pipes. I'm like scared otherwise that I'll accidentally delete something I'm not supposed to. I don't want to miss anything, no? Je feel? Where is this? Oh, that. I forgot the actual power supply to the hole. This thing is completely backed up, but that's because, I don't know why that is, honestly. Could be worth looking into. I mean, part of it is probably that it doesn't have... It's like this line in the middle is way more... it's like inundated with crystals, and the other ones aren't so much. Okay. That'll help things a little bit, but back to business. Okay. So our blue coin's going back up. I haven't been watching that. At 102.7. Selling things. I'm actually getting pretty close to hitting that happiness cap, but well, let's see. No, because I have 2 categories that aren't... No, I only have 1 category that's not being fulfilled right now, so even if I made that, it wouldn't be enough. I still would have to redesign some lines to hit that. It's going up. I see it. It's flickering to 8. 2.8. So we finally crossed over past equilibrium to gaining profit again. Slightly, at least. That is, of course, until I build my mana rail setup. But, you know, maybe I should do that later. I have the I have the baseline set up with lots of little carts going to and fro, but, maybe not the wisest decision to do it right now when I'm struggling with coins. Anyway, finish getting this earth set up. And then I will probably call it a night because it is 4:30 in the morning. And transmitter. At this point though, once I've got this not I have a very big backlog of bricks. I guess I had the game running on pause for a while, so not running. I do want to get the more I think about it, I want to get the magic rail line set up. I just don't want to be using it as a constant source of income. I don't want to sell it yet, but I can still build it and store it for my own uses, because I will probably want to build some magic rails. So that's worth considering, and it won't, that way it will only have a temporary impact on my blue coin levels. Anyway, let me get mana pipes going. So, 2 transmitters, they do kind of both have to meet up before they can enter the system. I have a lot, you know what, let me think about this more before I place it. I have a lot of potential inputs, 6 to be exact. So I should, in theory, probably not split these then. And then split them from each one to get to 3. To feed back. No, I can't. Kind of box myself in here. I'm gonna have to be clever on how I set this up. I guess what I could do is I can go in and do my logic on this side. So that would be one path, that would be another path. It's a little bit of a questionable shape, but that's the other path. Okay, so that gets all 3 lines. And then can also feed back into the receiver. And I can do the same thing on this one, but instead do it much more easily. 1, 2, 3. They're gonna hit. This right here is what's gonna kill me. I just have to delete that. I'm not sure there's any way to work around that. Because otherwise this is going to block any output from these lines. Alright, Earth Shrine, GTFO. Trying to think. Yeah, whatever. I'll just delete it and it'll be imbalanced. I guess I'll only need 1 splitter here. Or I can just build the shrine right here, and it will look stupid but work a lot better. And that way I still ensure that my corners are getting hit properly. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, let let me get some earth crystals over here. Oh goody, I don't even have to do anything stupid to get them over here, I just have to draw a line. Except I drew the line in the wrong spot and the crystals are already flowing, so I guess I'll just do a little turn. Like it ain't no thing. So that'll fill up. And I'll repeat the design on this side, but mirrored. It goes up, goes next to, goes down to, and they all meet up and go straight in. And upgrade these with Omni Stones at all, so that's gonna be part of an issue. I guess I'll let it keep. Okay, now it's probably definitely full at this point. I'll hold those there until I'm done. And this line. So it goes like that. It's like, oh, I'll get it going and I'll just mimic it, but I'm realizing it's a lot harder to copy when I can't see. I don't think it's an exact copy. No, it's not. There we go. Now it's an exact copy. I guess not quite yet. It needs to be. Like watch it so I can see what happened. Oh yeah. Duh. Still an exact mirror, but I don't care because that's not really important. Alright. Let's get crystals in here. And then we can actually regenerate these resources. They can be natural, and look, it's a beautiful fireworks show. It's so pretty. Okay, and on that note, I'll probably see you guys around. I'm gonna upgrade these a couple times to make everyone's life a little bit easier, but then I will call it good. So thanks everyone for coming out. Hope you all had a good time. I'll probably be on tomorrow. I say that every night. There's no guarantee, but I'll probably be on tomorrow. But until then, thanks for coming out. See you around.